I have to go drop something off for my daughter, and in the area there's a really nice little park. So I figured I would take my camera and do a little bit of photography over there. It's getting close to sundown, not entirely. There's still a little bit of a good hour of sun, so I won't have to feel rushed. And I think about some nice pictures we can get. And so I'm looking forward to exploring the area a little bit more of a nature scene this time, and looking forward. So I will see you there. So I know I said we were going to talk about the park. And the park is actually right behind me. But before we get there, there's right across the street a building with some water pipes over here. I am so excited about this photo. I mean, I like it to start off with the composition and things like that, but then I started to think about what it means to me, and I started to uncover things that were just amazing. So I just want to share that with you, what's going on over this picture. So as you can see, the pipe on the left is not only encased in tubing, but it's further secured by this metal bracket. It's not going anywhere. Contrast that with the pipe to its right. The pipe shares some of the elements in its neighbor, but the story for me, amazing, is created in the differences between them. The tubing on the right one only goes part of the way, and the metal bracket is completely missing. So I'm imagining this story that at one point both of these pipes were identical, but the one on the right decided they had enough of being trapped and held back, and it knew it had so much potential. So in this photo, you can see the brave steps of the beginning of that journey, almost like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis. The solid middle bracket's gone. It hasn't fully lost this tubing that's surrounding it, perhaps giving us a life lesson that sometimes in life it's easier to unshackle ourselves from the constraints that appear most rigid, that the block is more in our head than reality. And the white paint on its black surface maybe could hint to the struggles in the process of letting its true inner self be seen. That is, that the outer world isn't always friendly, and that it's going to encounter constraining forces even after it succeeds in removing this tubing. It's hard, yes, but compare it to the other pipe. When you look at it that way, this photo is about self-actualization versus stagnation, the difference between life and death. So that's, I don't know, that's what I saw in this picture as I started to look at it, and it was just, whoa, I just want to share that with you. Something that's pretty cool here that I didn't realize is that there seems to be some type of ruins off in the distance. Let's see if I can show it to you guys over here. Can you see that? Yeah, right over there. So I'm gonna see if I can get to it. I imagine so. Sun going down. It's just a little bit of a harrowing walk here to figure out where I can take steps to get there. And looks pretty cool. It's always good when you're traveling to be wearing jeans or something that's good for walking, and good boots, because you never know the terrain. With the way the sun's coming through, these nice shadows, it's really beautiful, pretty area. Look at this. So and I'm away trying to get to that little structure over there. So you don't know what you're gonna find when you're traveling around here. But as I made my way around one of these bends, I find a chair in the middle of no place. Well, it's not really in the middle of no place. It's actually in a big, nice clearing, and probably a very pleasant place to sit with an overview of the city. So this is really nice. And we're very close, in fact, to the ruins, just a little bit off to this way. I'm getting there. So it's a little challenging to get some good compositions here this close up to it, but I'm exploring, getting some of the surrounding areas. I did find one angle that I liked a lot, shooting through the archway to see the sky. What I really like in this picture is that there's a lot of movement and action, because the way there's a lot of these triangles, you have the archway that we're looking through is creating a triangle shape, and it's a negative space, which is itself a triangle, and then you have that other cavity on the left side, which is another triangle. Also, you'll notice that the horizon line, if you would, is a little bit skewed. It's at an angle as well. and diagonals are also very helpful for making feeling of movement and tension. There's a lot of oranges throughout this whole picture. So there's in the foreground the orange, and even the clouds in the background. This beautiful orange that's mimicking that color, and it ties everything together. And then on top of that, we also have this really strong blue, which is the complementary color for orange, which really helps. It makes a pop between a lot of energy and vibration here between these areas. So all this makes a very active and compelling photo. I think those are some of the reasons I like this a lot. Seeing some of the greenery and weeds that are growing around here, some of those pictures. I'm finding these old spiky thorns here, like withered and white. They have really sharp edges, and I like the angles they're creating here. Try to contrast them against the background of the weeds that are still alive and green. Try to make that contrast here. Looks pretty cool. Seeing if I can get uh, any good compositions. As the sun goes down, the clouds in the sky and the sunset, really awesome looking. So I'm trying to get some picture of that. I don't know if I exactly like the buildings in the background and whatnot, but the sky itself is really pretty. There's colors of blues and oranges and yellows. Really nice. And the clouds, the way they all work together here. So we're enjoying taking some pictures of this too. So I came out here to get some pictures of a park, and in the end, I focus a lot more on this exploring the background here. This, what you can see behind me, this lovely ruins and just the whole meandering through the nature here. I found that all really cool chair just out in the middle of no place. Really nice to remind you sometimes, while it's good to explore sometimes, also good to just step back, sit down, enjoy the view. So with that, look forward to seeing you on another photo walk.